Uh, Assalamu alaikum and good morning to you, and also welcome back to the seminar. And I hope that you are going to enjoy yourself today. Um, Today we already finished the capital market, at least some part of it. We are not going to the derivatives yet because you need to know a bit more on the type of contracts issued used in Islamic finance in a deeper manner. And then so we are now going into Islamic banking per se. After that, inshallah, after we do this series of topics on Islamic banking, then we'll go on to Takaful. And then finally, perhaps we will go on to the, back to the derivatives and more complex these things. And maybe, inshallah, we'll do a few case studies on sukuk issues which have failed, and also which the structure is a bit wishy-washy. Okay, at least according to Mufti Taqi Osmani of Pakistan. MashaAllah. I believe him, I think it was very wishy-washy, especially in Malaysia. I had a director, because I was in the Sharia board in one of the government banks, and a bit wishy-washy. Okay, let's go on so that you'll understand better, inshallah, when we discuss those topics. So, this is our content for today. I don't think we'll finish everything, but let's see how much we can cover. All right, so we just do the introduction function of Islamic banks as opposed to conventional and deposit products. Today we'll only be concentrating on the deposit side of Islamic banking, not the financing side. So we will look at that, and then so we'll look at definition and financing model of Mudaraba, profit sharing, accounting for investment. This one I'm not going to do in detail, accounting for investment, but there are certain things which you might have to be aware of. This is something called issues of profit allocation, reserving, and maybe problem restriction. I'm not going to. There's a new thing called commodity murabah deposits, started in they call it reverse murabah for deposits, which started in Malaysia a few years back. Okay, and so they have switched to this mostly. So let's start off. The link is not working. Let's see. Okay. And this is a bit, I know you see so small. Fortunately, I don't think I can this thing, because it's a fixed one. I don't know whether I can zoom. Yeah. Can I zoom? Yeah, good. Okay, so here all commercial Islamic contracts, okay, common Islamic contracts and commercial transaction. Not only banking, but it is mostly used in Islamic finance, where takaful, they call capital markets and so on, okay. So they have been classified into different type of contracts. One is the gratuitous contract. I don't know how you pronounce that, sorry. Gratuitous, maybe. Because this is actually like a gift, you don't make money from this sort of contracts. So among them is hiba. So if you want to give something to somebody for free, that's a gift, right? So that is also a contract. There are conditions to this contract, So you have to give what is halal, okay? Number one. Number two, you have to be, earn from a good thing, and then finally, and then also, it cannot be conditional. That means you said, okay, I give you today. If I don't like you tomorrow, I want it back. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. It might be unconditional. Then we have the waqf. Waqf is endowment, where we put a capital, and then the earnings from that is used to do some good charitable, educational, such or diniyat education and so on. Then we have Qard Hasan, which is you just give loan but without any interest whatsoever. All right. These are the contract. Qard Hasan also has a contract. You cannot give Qard Hasan and later change it to a riba contract. No, that's not on. Then Qard Hasan is Baliwan. Qard is no. So basically, these two differences. Basically, this is a commercial. This is mostly in personal. Okay. And IBRA is a rebate given for, by one side. It's a discount on the amount you have to pay to the bank. So they say you have a debt, you you owe somebody 100,000, and if they want, they can give you an IBRA. Let's say, okay, since you are facing difficulty, I give you 20% off. You only pay me 80,000, something like that. So that's IBRA. This is also mentioned in the Quran. It is good to give IBRA when you can. Then Wadi'a is safekeeping, Wadi'a and Damana, which is actually safekeeping with trust. Okay. Then the sale-based contracts. Okay. Trading contracts are basically two types: sale-based and lease-based. All right. So sale-based, buy with thaman ajil means deferred payment sale. Buy with thaman ajil is the one which was used in Malaysia in the beginning, and you do not have to disclose the cost and markup here in buy with thaman ajil. Only in murabaha you have to disclose the cost and the markup, okay, to the customer. In buy with thaman ajil you don't have to. The another difference is murabaha can be spot. Not spot. You can be paying a particular fixed time. That's, for example, you buy something and you sell it at cost plus. Maybe you have to pay by end of the month. Okay, but buy bithaman ajil means deferred payment. That means, okay, what also can mean in Arabic deferred payment. Murabaha can be, you can buy, sell immediately, you can sell. Deferred payment is the payment will come later, all right? Mostly in installments. Then this is the problem which caused buy with thaman ajil to be phased out in Malaysia by sale for cash. Okay, so basically I'll explain this later, but this is not accepted anywhere except in Malaysia. But now Malaysia also has phased out this one. It's causing a lot of controversy last time. Buy as salam is trust sale. That means you pay first. Okay, let's say you need some crop. Let's say mangoes to make juice in 3 months' time. You pay the farmer will buy the seeds, plant the thing, harvest the crop and sell it to you. The price must be fixed in advance, and then he will sell it to you. He will deliver the crop in the future. Istisna is the manufacturing contract. Okay, you fix the price and you give the specification, and the guy will build a thing, maybe a house or whatever, or aeroplane or ship, and then deliver to you at the price you specify. Musawama is just a simple sale. Buy as self is the exchange of currencies. Buy at then, this one is another controversial thing from Sharia point of view. Buy at then. Normally buy at then is not allowed because you cannot buy that except they only make money if you give discount. And giving discount on a debt for trading purpose is actually a haram. It's riba, a reverse riba actually. All right. It's not. This is not the same with riba. Ibra is when people, let's say you owe people money and the creditor gives you a discount, so you pay the creditor less. That is ibra. This one is the other way, that they want to sell a debt and you get somebody buys the debt at a lower price, okay, in the secondary market, and you get the cash. So you get a discounted. You are not giving the thing, but they will have a recourse to you for payment. That means if the guy don't pay up the customer you have sold the debt to, they will come after you. So this is basically it's haram in Sharia. Okay. Unfortunately, because of the Darura and other maslaha reasons, they have allowed this liquidity reasons. They have allowed this in Malaysia. So this one, be careful. Sharia basically not compliant, but Malaysia have made it for emergency purposes. Okay. So tawliya, sale at cost price, which is not used basically, unless it's a forced sale. Then there's a ijara based, ijara leasing. Okay, so ijara is rental basically. So you can buy an automobile, okay, the three-wheel scooter, and then somebody wants to, then you can lease it to a guy who's going to operate the lift. Okay, and then he will pay rental until or you take back its operating lease or lease to own. The ijara, okay, ijara mawsufa dhimma is used in home financing contract. This is another controversial thing. Forward lease. Normally, if you want to lease, the asset must be owned by you and it must exist. But here the asset is being built like a house, but you have to pay advance rentals. Okay, so this is also another controversial thing which is practiced in Malaysia. Then ijara muntahiya bit tamlik is allowed in AOFI, so no problem. That ijara muntahiya means to end with a tamlik means change of ownership. So ijara muntahiya bit tamlik in Arabic means ijara, it is rental with an intention to change of ownership. That means you rent with intention to own it. Okay. Ijara Valitina is part of Ijara with Tamlik, but here at the end of the rental period, it's given as a gift to the hirer. Okay. So now Mushar. This is under investment contracts. So we have Mudaraba, profit sharing. Basically, in Mudaraba, one person supplies the capital, another person supplies the labor. So here the profit sharing ratio is fixed at the beginning. Profit sharing ratio, not percentage on the capital, but profit sharing, whatever profit. Okay. So the ratio is fixed between at the beginning of the contract between the Mudarib, who is the this thing, and the Rabul Mal. Rabul Mal is the owner of the capital, and Mudarib is the businessman. So what happens here? But all the losses, if any loss occurs, only the Rabul Mal or the investor will lose. The Mudarib will not lose. They say because he loses his effort. So then Mudaraba Muqayyada is restricted profit sharing. That means this is Mudaraba also. But you tell the person, the investor, you can only invest in this. For example, you can only invest in halal securities. You cannot invest in other thing. Or you can invest only in ijara, something like that. Okay, so you would put restriction. Whereas unrestricted mudaraba is basically they can do whatever is permitted under the Sharia. Musharaka is a partnership. Both sides put capital, investor, investee. They put both sides put capital and then they run a business together, or it's a sleeping partner, no problem, you can do. Then here the profit sharing ratio is fixed in the beginning, but the loss sharing ratio is according to the capital each contributed to the Musharaka arrangement. And then we have Wakala. Basically, Wakala is an agency contract. You fix a certain percentage, agency for investment. That means let's say you give a company to invest for you, and they take a percentage on the assets or whatever, or percentage on the profits or percentage on the assets, which you agree beforehand. Okay, and they will not share the profit. Okay, we'll come to this later, especially when we do the takaful. And Musharaka Mutanaqisa is a diminishing partnership. When two people join together, let's say you want to buy a house, I put 10% to buy the house and bank put 90%. Slowly, as I pay the installment, part of the ownership of the bank will be transferred to me. And maybe in 25 years, I will own the own house just by paying the installment plus a little bit more for the capital. Okay. Is it time, Dr. Ismail, for this thing? Oh, I have a few.
No, we have 7 more minutes, Professor, please.
Okay. So, inshallah, I will give this this diagram to Tanvil, so they can put it up in the, if you have a group there, you can send it to the group, and this one can be shared because it's a public document. I got it from internet somewhere. Okay. So let's continue. Supporting documents, that means these are the main one: training, gratuitous and investment, but they have supporting documents. So kafala is a guarantee, bank guarantees, conventional bank also guarantee, but they have a charge and so on. So here also the Sharia issues arise, but you can give guarantees. Rahan is you pledge your assets. For example, you want to get a loan based on your jewels, you pledge this thing, but the conventional pledging, you go to, that Marawadi, and you go to, and the guy takes your jewels and then, he gives you money, but you have to pay interest on the money she gives you. Here, no, it's another way we do it. Okay. Hiwala is remittance. That means, let's say you remit money to another country, another person, that's Hiwala. And then Wadiya Damana is safekeeping with guarantee. Damana is guarantee. That means the guarantee is that you will return the money or you will return the thing whenever they ask for it. It's like a deposit, demand deposit. Wakala, again, I come across Wakala as an agency. Juala is actually a service. Actually, it's not service. Juala is an agreement. It's like, let me give you a good example. Let's say you want to encourage your son to study hard in this thing. You said, okay, if you get, one of the top 5 in the state exam, then I will give you a bicycle or I will give you a motorbike. Okay. So this is an incentive for people to compete and to do well. Okay. It's not gambling, because in gambling, it's a zero-sum game where one party loses and the other party gains. Okay, let's say you want to gamble, you buy a lottery. Okay, you buy it 10 rupees, and you might get 100,000, 1 lakh, or you don't get anything. Okay, that's a zero-sum game. But here, the other guy don't pay anything. He just see whether he provides a service or he does something which is halal. Okay, he strives to do better. So this is a motivational thing. In a commercial, we can say it is something to motivate the person to do well. So you give him an extra percentage of profits. For example, if he achieves, let's say, a 5% return, okay, you give him some extra fee. Okay, that's called Joanna. Okay. Mukasa is set off. Let's say I have debt with you and you have debt with me. I can set it off. We can set it off each other. Surf is exchange, okay, which we basically used in what they call the foreign exchange contracts. Amish Jidya is a type of security deposit, okay, and there's another one called Urbun, both also security deposits, okay, but these two are different, so we'll discuss that later on when we do the Murabaha, this thing. Ujra, okay, or Ajr is actually a fee, that is a rental. You can get a rental fee or whatever, or any fee to charge for a service. For example, let's say you have teller fees. ATM gives you convenience, is it? 24/7, you can go to the ATM and get money. Example, okay? So it's a convenience, and for that they have to buy the ATM machine and they have to maintain it and they have to put money and take out money. So the bank can charge a fee. I think in India it's quite expensive. I think 24 rupees per withdrawal or not, but Malaysia is quite competitive here. So last time they decided to have a withdrawal fee, everybody was against it. So the government said, okay, you have a fixed fee per year. So if you pay 12 ringgit per year, unlimited withdrawals. If you don't pay the 12 ringgit, you 4 withdrawals free, the others we charge you. Okay, so this is Ujra. Okay, and the bank can charge a fee for any halal thing they do. Okay. Now, for example, remitting your money, they can charge a fee. Okay, so this is Ujra contract. Tabarru is a donation. Okay, you donate, not expecting anything from there, but you are. This one will be. We will discuss it further in Takaful. And here we have Tawarruk contract concurrent sales. Okay, this one we'll be discussing under commodity murabah first, and also we can also. This is operational both in the financing side and deposit side. Okay. Tawarruk also was very, AOFI didn't allow it at first, and then now they are looking at it again, but Tawarruk has been allowed. It actually was allowable, but the way they do it, Taqi Osmani said, no, it's not halal. And then there's a lot of controversies, but this is a real need for cash financing, okay? And why there's a promise, I promise, but this one must be done by one party only. Supposing there are two parties, A and B, doing a contract, the promise must come only from one side. If it comes from both sides, then it is a contract already. It's a bilateral contract. So unilaterally, I promise, for example, if I'm hiring an automobile from you and I'm paying rental, then, for example, the bank can promise to sell the what you call the automobile, auto. At the end of the contract, they can promise to sell you at a particular price, so you can pay the price and get ownership of the thing at the end of the rental contract. Tahawud is a hedging, okay, and I think we are running out of time. Takaful will come. This can be already that sukuk already we have done. So Takaful contract is we will discuss later. I think we'll stop here for Mufti. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.